How is everyone doing? My name is Joe DeVille. I'm your favorite GTME and wanted to show you guys optimal builds for your Claude Code. I know it's been the craze, it's the talk of the town, but fans of Cannonball and the GTM engineer space have been using this tool for a very long time. And I'm going to show you how I use it and some skills to use and the data ingestion system I created to make sure that every project I work on, every client I work with, my system is learning from it. And it's continuous learning and it's optimizing itself and maybe providing suggestions for me to get better, deliver better deliverables and results to clients, and also some key skills that you guys should be using. So, first and foremost, this is my terminal that I use. I use Warp. Now, why use Warp and not the Claude Code desktop? Well, first, Claude Code desktop can't run like external things. So like it has a built-in proxy that blocks like scrapers and stuff. So you got to run them locally. I was using like just a regular terminal setup, but that's boring. I don't like using just regular terminal. So then I used Cursor, and Cursor works good. I still use it from time to time because number one, I like seeing my project because like my repository things right here, and also I can use Composer, which is Cursor's native agent, which is really good actually. So I run like prompts simultaneously, and like if something didn't run right or I want to check for errors or something like that, and I'm not just trusting Claude at the moment, I run it in Composer. So what I did was I found a tool called Warp, and Warp is a terminal like IDE that's built for agent creation specifically. Warp, and they got this thing called Warp Drive that lets you just start your workflows, create your rules, connect to MCP servers, and then this directory of all your files. And they have something called launch configurations. And this is, you can have all your like Claude code, like directory settings and skills stuff like preloaded, and it launches it automatically for you, which is super useful. But the biggest thing I want to show you guys is kind of like how I have my repos structured and how I created a system that automatically like takes the content that I'm making from a project and ingest it into these folders, and then Claude or OpenAI, whatever I'm using, can use all of the data that's in the folders and continuously learn and gets better and gives me updates on campaigns, what direction should I move in for GTM strategy, and all kind of things. So, okay, so this is my repo structure. As you see, it has CRM, personas, transcripts, emails, LinkedIn data, battle cards, win loss, ICP, territory. It has all of these different things. Now, since I gather this information from about 20 different sources and they can be switched interchangeably, I created an automation called campaign ingest or data ingest. Oh, the GTM ingestion system. And what it does is it runs once a day and it asks me like what do I have to ingest into different repos. So I give information and it automatically puts it in its correct folder And if I don't have the information, it will ask me, do I want to run enrichments to go get it? And then it analyzes against like what's there existingly. It'll score, give A/B sequence output, and then it confirms the sentiment analysis with personas and generates what is working. So you really know what's working with someone, especially if you're doing high experimentation. Like what signals worked, what intent data worked, what emails converted, how many meetings, what were the meetings. All of this is in the GTM ingest system. And by the way, I'll link the repo structure where anybody could go get this structure and do the same thing. So, what am I using to accurately populate these besides just the system? I'm using a tool called Obsidian. And what Obsidian does is create notes. It's what's giving the context constantly. It's just crazy the way AI shaped how people work. What Obsidian does is that I can run Claude code straight from Obsidian, and everything that I do gets saved straight to Obsidian. So then Obsidian takes all of the data, and then Claude code, my ingestion system comes and takes the data and ingests it into the proper folders. And now, like, I have a continuous learning system with little to no manual effort of my own. So every clay table I build, every list that I build, every document that I generate, every ICP learning gets generated in Obsidian and then moved into the repos. So this is how you make your Claude Code system self-learning and generate results. I just recently did a TAM build out for a Botox, and it was about 20K leads or records. And using this system, it recognized that some of the data was incorrect. It recognized that I had mismatched data. It recognized that when I went from using Google Maps API to Serper, it spotted the difference and told me about the conflicting information. So I wanted to show you guys that. If you have any questions about the system or want to like learn more about it, don't hesitate to reach out. But next, I want to show all the skills. First, I think I'll show the marketplace of where like a lot of these skills live. So these skills really change the output of what Claude gives, like a lot. It's everything from you working Apple Notes, Discord, look, Obsidian. I need to get that one now. And you just want to put that in the skills part. You should have a skills folder by now. And as you see, my skills section is very hefty. So some skills that I was definitely recommend is A/B test setup, all of the cost tuning skills. So when you see like cost tuning, it just saves you money on runs for APIs that you do. I have an 11 lab skill that I think is pretty good. Figma to create designs, People Finder from Firecrawl, funnel analysis builders, HubSpot, marketing psychology, sales call prep, Versal deploys, web research, Salesforce. Like there's a skill that can do about 75% of people's jobs. It's just being able to utilize it correctly. So let's see what one of these skill runs look like. So this is my Upwork skill. I use this with my Upwork agent that finds jobs matching my wanted description, and then it looks at the job posting and it creates the Upwork cover letter with this framework that I use, which is start with a problem they don't know they have yet, then how I can help, and then what's the results. Just super simple. And like this converts a lot of my Upwork jobs. I went from one client to about six in a matter of 2, 3 weeks. I just want to say, as this field becomes super saturated, what's going to separate the people that know versus the people who don't know or aren't evolving is going to be workflow simplification and the ability to quickly pivot to what's working. And being data driven and using this data is good, but also using your best judgment. Don't let AI control your thinking. Let AI be the tool that lets you do more with what you already done with. I hope that makes sense. So just wanted to show you guys that, yeah, MCPs, repo structures, and building things that move the needle. You don't need to create the wheel. Just create the bolts that hold wheels together, you know? So, it's your favorite GTME, Joe DeVille. Hope you guys have a good one. Toodaloo.